Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, understand him and understand his greatness and how we need to show our respect for him and our following of the way that he has said. So that's the first thing, a reminder of that, and we hope to see all of you there, inshallah. Also, on the weekend of the 5th and 6th of November, there is the ICNA convention right here in the convention center, yes, the convention center in Edison. All of you are invited to go there. It is easier, much easier than where it used to be. And they still have conventions in various places. If you want to go to any one of them, you can go to them at different times, different places. But there's this one that is right here, and so you can avail yourself of it, inshallah. And they're offering also 5% concession for anybody from the MCMC who registers. You go to the website, which is ICNA Mid-Atlantic Convention. So you for that, and you will see how to register and avail yourself of the 35% discount. So I just want to mention a short hadith for you today. This hadith is in Abu Dawood and the Musnad of Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, probably other sources also, narrated by Abu Majlis. He said, خرج معاوية على ابن الزبير وابن عامر. Muawiyah radiallahu anhu came out to meet Ibn Zubayr, Abdullah ibn Zubayr, and Ibn Amir. Abdullah ibn Zubayr is one of the Sahaba, considered to be one of the younger Sahaba. So when some of the elder ones had passed away, he and others of his age, and they were still alive. So in the time of Muawiyah radiallahu anhu, Muawiyah came out to meet them. فَقَامَ ibn Amir. And the report says that Ibn Amir stood up. وَجَلَسَ ibn Zubayr. And Ibn Zubayr, Abdullah ibn Zubayr, he continued sitting. فقال معاوية لابن عامر اجلس فإني سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول من أحب أن يمثل له الرجال قياما فليتبوأ مقعده من النار. So Muawiyah tells Ibn Amir, sit. So he's the one who stood up. So he tells him, sit. I heard the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam say, من أحب أن يمثل له الرجال قياما. Whoever allows that people should stand up for him, فَلْيَتَبَوَّأْ مَقْعَدَهُ مِنَ النَّارِ. Let him prepare his abode in the fire, that is in hellfire. The meaning of this hadith should be clear. A person who allows that other, maybe somebody of authority, somebody of importance, he allows for whenever he comes in to a gathering, he allows the people to stand up for them and show their respect for him and so on. Such a person should prepare his abode in hellfire. Or although it is in this form, it could mean that he is actually preparing his abode, meaning his residence in hellfire. He is preparing his residence for himself in hellfire. A question arises from this hadith. Is it permissible for any one of us to stand for somebody? Is it permissible for us to stand for someone? Maybe he comes into where we are. Can we show him respect or so by standing for him? this hadith is not really talking about the person who stands, right? It is talking about the person who loves for other people to stand for him. Such a person, let him prepare his abode in hellfire. But the question, the other part of it we need to look at, is it right for us to stand to show respect for someone? And scholars differ on this. There are some who say yes and some who say no. When we look at all that they say and the examples that they give, we see that both positions are correct. You know, if you stand because you are afraid of that person, you fear that this person will retaliate against you because you're showing him disrespect. If you sit down, you're thinking, if you show this person disrespect by sitting down, so you're afraid, of the repercussions of that, then maybe that is wrong. You should not hold such people in such reverence that you feel that you have to stand for them. Okay? But on the other hand, standing out of respect for someone, to honor someone, yes, it can be done. So, taking all of the opinions, the various opinions into consideration, this is a fair balance, right? Don't stand for people simply out of fear for them or anything like that. Don't stand for such people, and especially those people who want others to show them that respect because of their authority and so on, and expect people to stand for them and so on. Don't. If you can avoid that, avoid doing that. Maybe only if you are forced to, then you may have to comply with that. So that's a different situation. You're not standing out of respect for that individual, but you're standing only because you might be forced to do that. And of course, we do have situations like that when you might have to visit somebody in authority. You might have to go to speak to them and so on. And what do you do in a situation? You're waiting outside the office, and if that person comes out, what do you do? Maybe you see everybody else standing, and you have to make a decision whether you should stand or not. So in a case like you might feel forced to do that. But on your own initiative, standing for somebody out of respect for them, not because you fear them, not because they are in that kind of authority over you that you feel that they're the boss and so on. Not because of that, but standing to show respect for somebody. And they mention cases like if a traveler, somebody has gone traveling, he's away for some time, he comes back, you want to welcome him and so on, right? Then you stand and you greet him. So that's one example that they give. In any other situation where you are simply showing respect for that individual, but not excessive respect. Respect is okay, but excessive respect is not. So you honor people by doing that, by standing. In fact, it is reported that the Prophet himself would stand when his daughter Fatima came in, and he would kiss her and so on. So doing that for people is showing your love for them, showing your respect for them in that way. And so that is fine. But going beyond that would not be okay. So this is a hadith that we may be able to apply in various situations. And it is a hadith, however, that shows us, tells us that how we should consider people, other human beings. They are just like ourselves, right? They might have a position of authority in the society, but this doesn't mean to say that we should be so afraid of them that we have to humble ourselves and be their servants and so on. We should be able to look a person in the face and speak to him. Of course, you show respect for people because of the position that they have, but not excessive respect. Maybe also
goes with the culture of the people to respect them. So,
Yes, but still, the guidelines are there in the Hadith, right? As long as it is not showing excessive respect.